Sometimes you have to do that because the easy challenge is one you'll get lazy with. The big challenge gets you hungry.
Oh, how the tables turn.
That's a heavy topic,
and we need to focus on that. If not for yourself, then do it for your children.
Black book is in
that. Black book.
Men talk, black book. What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show for dads, fathers, and male caregivers that is sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care, and since 2020, reached out directly. The team has reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. And you are watching Black Men Can Talk, a show where Black Canadian men come together to have real, unfiltered conversations about life, culture, and community. And welcome, Kofi Sadat. What is up?
I am good, my brother. It's good to be back. I know I missed last Sunday. I was listening in. You guys had a great conversation, but I'm doing well. It's
good
day here in the T-Dot. Took a nice walk today after the rain.
Yeah, we had some decent, warmer weather. It was definitely it's supposed to dip back down tomorrow, but it was nice to get a warmer weekend weather.
Nice.
Very, very good. What's been going on with the family? What's going on in the community?
Oh man, a whole bunch. Family's doing well as usual. It's always busy around here. Even today, the boys had some drumming at the anti-Black racism union conference downtown. So it's been very busy for them. Yeah, it was really nice. They've been doing a lot of events even outside of Black History Month as well. I'm coming off of Black Mental Health Week, which I'll definitely share. I had a really full week, a really fun week, insightful week with that.
Okay.
Outside of that, just really doing the family thing, a couple of community things that are coming up that I'm going to be attending. The mixer is coming up, of course, for Christopher Lawrence.
Yes,
we'll be attending that.
Yes, he is. He's on me. He's on me to attend that. So I got to see if I can make shake and bake.
Out one tickets, man. He has 2-for-1 tickets. I need a +1. So.
When is that? This Thursday?
I think it's this Wednesday, the 19th. And it's in Scarborough adjacent. So it's not too far. It's like Leslie and Shepherd area.
That's not bad. It's not too far away from the highway, and it's not downtown.
That's it. That's what I love about it. Right?
That's the key. It's not downtown. Interesting. Earlier on, I was hosting Black Canada Talking, and Camille Dundas, co-founder of BuyBlacks.com, was on, and her and another writer have done a 3-part series about a number of months ago about missing Black boys. And I highly recommend people go to BuyBlacks.com and check out that 3-part story. One of the people that was watching live is based in Kansas City, Missouri, and one of the things he said that would be wonderful is if and you've done this in the past, so you've had a group of young Black Canadians go to different parts of the world and then them come over here. Yeah. And I thought that when I heard that, I said the first person I thought of was you. Right. And so two things I want to bring up. First things first, got some new stuff going on the go. If you are watching on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel live, if you're up to it, please chime in what city you are watching from. So if you're on the YouTube live on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, type in what city you're watching from and hit enter. And all things being good, you'll see it in that map that's showing beside here. Pardon me. So, Paul, yes, talk about your experiences about doing exchanges with young Black Canadians.
Oh yeah, man. It's one of the most rewarding things I tell people, because when you come out of your environment, you just grow so much more, right? Because sometimes, we believe, the reality is, or the only reality is the things that we see every day. So through my experiences, I've been able to take young people all over the world, But I can start with here in Canada, with where I was working before doing the Rites of Passage program. We were able to do a couple, I would say, monumental exchanges. One was in Halifax, so I've done a couple in Halifax. But for young people to connect and see that, especially from Toronto, that there's a deep historical connection. We've been here for a minute as a community. When you go out to Halifax and you're able to see some of the historical sites, but more importantly to me, the people who are still living there, we're still here, right? It's not just a note in the history textbook, but they're, Black communities in Preston and North Preston that are still there today. And so they're able to connect with those young people. And then they also came to Toronto as well. But I think the most important thing was the shared realities that many of them have. It could be interests, hobbies, they could be into sports, as young people, they're into each other. But also some of the systemic challenges that they face as young Black people. It's not just me living in Toronto or me just living in Scarborough, but I'm in Dartmouth, I'm in Cherrybrook, I'm in North Preston. And, in the school system, I'm not seeing the level of representation when it comes to my education, or I'm seeing a higher level of police harassment in my community, or I'm being stereotyped in a particular way. So for them to share those pieces was really great. And the learning is there. And then more importantly, to this day, the bonds are still there. They still speak to each other, even though the program that I was running at the time is not around. So that's the important piece, right? With young people connecting and seeing different realities. The other one I'd like to even talk about as well is we did an exchange with an Indigenous community in Northern BC. So that's like two different realities, right?
Sure.
Because, of course, culturally, but also being from a big city versus being from a small northern community, right? And what were the differences and the similarities? And I would say culturally, there was a lot of similarities between African and Indigenous cultures, right? So, respect for elders, you know, um, the importance of community and connection and giving back, and some of the other pieces we talked about as well. But that was just like two of the great experiences. And then, I guess the cherry on the cake was being able to take young people to Ghana, right?
Yeah.
And especially with our history and our connection, you know, culturally, and for them to actually what they call have an opportunity to go home, right, and to see where you came from, and for folks, young people there, to see that, hey, there are the regular stereotype. Are there Black people in Canada? They were surprised. It's funny enough, they were surprised we were Black. For some reason, they thought it was going to be a white group coming there because they're used to seeing NGOs and as people of African descent. We don't always have the opportunity to visit what I call home. So they were like, wow, they look like us. You know what I mean? They move like us. And tutus, you couldn't tell the local folks from our folks because everybody was just so entwined and so connected. So yeah, man, we have to, we have to push that our young people get out there and connect with some different realities and build community outside of our regular borders. So yeah, that was some of the experiences.
Well, fantastic. And thanks for the breakdown. I know you didn't expect me to ask you about that, but you were right on it. And what a number of people have told me the best way to learn about the world is to travel.
Right. 100%.
Yeah. Travel is so much education. All right. So Frequency Event Promotions says, good evening, Dr. Vibe and Sadat, only passing through. Will you pass through? And then having a good week, gentlemen. Fair enough. No problem. We got you. Thanks for taking the time to say what is up. All right. Just want to encourage again, if you are watching on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, got this we're increasing our engagement, family. We are increasing our engagement. So if you are watching live through the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, go and type what city you are watching from. put in your comments section and hit enter. So we have someone from, I think, the Toronto area there watching. So this will automatically show on the map.
Nice.
As long as I have it activated on where people are chiming in from. A number of different features. So I will keep that in the background for a little bit, but I've got other things. All right. BM says Scarborough. All right. Now you know what's interesting now? BM, really interesting. So because you put Scarborough, there's actually a Scarborough in Scotland. So I think if you put Scarborough, Ontario, and it's a good test, because going forward, you got to put, if you're living in a city and a country, that may be the best thing. But as you can see, Scarborough, it's taking Scarborough, the United Kingdom. BM, you see, I have it hovered over here.
So we have Scarborough, Tobago.
Yep, and then we have here another one here, but Scarborough, United Kingdom. But it shows that this thing works. Yep. Hello. So BM says Scarborough, and says also Scarborough, Ontario, not Scotland or Tobago. We know that. We know that. No, we know that. We know that. So that is what we've got going on. There's some other things engagement-wise that we're going to be testing out during this broadcast. If you're watching the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, which I see right now, 4 people are, I'm speaking that you're going to be asking questions, answering the questions are engaged. So BM says Scarborough, and also says Scarborough, Ontario, not Scarborough, Tobago. Right. All right. All right. This is good. All right. We are going to take are we going to go on a break? Not yet. Is there anything else you want to chat about? No, no, we got Paul caught up with Paul. Talked a little bit about the missing black boys story. Weather's been decent, but it's going to be changing. All right, we'll go. It's time to take a break. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. We got 2 great conversation topics to chat with you about, and also engagement. We want some engagement, especially if you're watching live on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Good morning. It's the best way to start the week with the morning vibe.
I think we're looking at social media. Is this real? It's not real, y'all. Like it's really not real. And it's putting a lot of pressure on, black men. And
the government is concentrating on giving funding to community organizations instead of businesses.
Then you cannot ignore the fact that the American market in almost every single arena is about 100 times larger than the Canadian market.
All right. You can check the Morning Vibe every Monday and Friday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific. I actually did some shows outside of the country in the last few weeks. Check it out. My co-host, Ryan O'Neill Knight, and lots of good stuff going on. All right. And actually, was it last week was it last week at this time or the week before? I was in another country and joined in on an episode of Black Men Can Talk. Ooh. Was that 2 Sundays ago, or was it?
Yeah, 2 Sundays ago, man. You look, you in the sunshine. All that sunshine got you forgetting about where you were, man. All that nice coconut water, those good fruits, that good food. You know what I mean? I know you can make us forget, but
yes,
the envious ones like myself, we won't forget.
Gone but not forgotten.
There you go.
All right, let's see. We got another comment hitting up here. Rashan Boy, evening, folks, Toronto. All right, so Rashan Boy, what you got to do is just put Toronto. But you can even if you just put Toronto, then you separate comment, evening, folks. So if you can do that for me, I'd really appreciate you. Just make sure that this software, if you just put Toronto or Toronto, Canada, that would be most appreciative. All right, let's get to some things here. Some help. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. And also subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. To advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of, email me at dr.vibe at the dr.vibeshow.com. And finally, join the Black Men Can Talk Discord group by emailing me dr.vibe at the dr.vibeshow.com. And let's see, we got one other. Okay, so Restaurant Boy, let's see. Okay, it did show. Excelente. All right, we're going to be talking about two conversation topics tonight. First one up, Paul and I want to chat about, maybe Paul, about, not that one, that's the wrong one first. This one is first. All right, the Black Mental Health Week that just recently passed and how engaged were Black men. So, Paul, how would you describe the overall engagement during Black Mental Health Week?
Oh man, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Troy. Troy from ISI, Iron Sharps Iron, and the whole group of folks, man. They did such a great job with the event last Friday. I know you were able to pass through for a minute. It was a whole day event. So basically from 10:30 a.m. all the way to 11 p.m. Could you imagine that? Black men gathered, connected, speaking about, various topics, from, of course, mental health directly, but other things like the impact of finances, the relationships that we're in. They talked about entrepreneurship. Like, oh, there was some great folks. I did some audio clips, just connecting with Troy. So Troy, if you're out there listening, I want to kind of make you get a first dibs at it, but I will definitely be sharing it on the show as well. So I got feedback from, the Black men that were there. And, I always love the thing that you say, Dr. Vibe, around it's not just for the Black men, but for those who love and support them. So there were some strong sisters that were there that also presented at the Black Mental Health Week events. And yeah, it was just great, man. And then the other thing I loved was the collaboration. Right, we keep talking about the fact that, Black men or groups that support Black men, boys and fathers, need to do more collaboration, more connection. And yeah, there was some good groups that were there. I know Lions Circle was there. Escapes the name right now, but there was even a group that is a fraternity. Right, and they're originally from the States, but now they're here in Canada. And again, I will get the information. Excuse my old brain, but one of the I'm trying to remember this guy. He's a doctor, but anyways, he came up to Canada to help start this fraternity, right? And so that was a good look, as well as just seeing some good faces like yourself.
There's some people I hadn't seen in years.
Yeah.
And again, face-to-face event.
Yeah. So that event was remarkable. And, again, I always want to say, to buck those stereotypes. So this is why we created this online platform that Black men can talk, right? Given the proper space, given the proper environment. So the whole Iron Sharps Iron group, they did a great job with, creating the space, first of all, the safe space, the brave space, the open space for Black men to be vulnerable, to feel, that they can speak their truth. And not only it's going to be heard, but it's all going to be echoed as well. Because sometimes you don't want to feel like you're the only one that's going through what you're going or perceiving what you're perceiving. So it was great, at times there were tears even, right? And Black men were just holding Black men, right? And then the sisters that were there were also holding that. So I want to kind of
just out of curiosity, when did you stay for the whole thing?
Man, sometimes you don't know what you signed up for. You know what I mean? You thought you're showing up for breakfast when it's like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert, right? So I got my mental fullness. I'll say that. So I thought I was staying from 10 till 3. So when the event was over, but then they had an evening session.
Yes.
6 to 11, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna stay and support because these are like once in a lifetime kind of opportunities that we have. There should be more. I'm gonna push it. ISI, different groups out there. We need to have more conversations about mental health because we know the stigma, right? We know the stigma or stereotype that, Black men either don't want to talk about it or it's not welcome when we decide to talk about it. So we need more opportunities. So it was great, man. It was like, I don't know. It's a wonderful job.
Nice. So Neza community says, shout out to Janice Gary in Durlene. All right. And Black Nerd Talk says, salute Dr. Vibe. Salute to you. And I finally met Black Nerd Talks at the ISI event. There you go. And another reason. Now, again, gonna really pushing for engagement. So here's another thing. If you are watching on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, here is another little engagement. Do you think the stigma around mental health in the Black community is shifting? If so, how? So you just give a short answer.
Yep.
So if you're watching on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel live in real time, just type a short response in the chat and press enter, and it will show on this screen.
All right. Can I give a couple of shout outs?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Some folks watching on my Facebook channel, and I want to give it up to them. So we got Shirley Massey, and I know she's listening from Jamaica. So we got people in Jamaica, bro. We got people in Jamaica. Love and blessings. Shirley does excellent work. We got Yolande Seeley's also watching. Philip Osborne. I'm sure that's some relations to me. Could be. But yeah, we want to give a shout out to those folks that are on right now. Like I said, my sister Darlene, Janice Gary, which is such a respected elder. The Gary family is actually from right around your area. You might know some of her sons, but in terms of the union work, oh my gosh, stalwart. If you don't know the person, look up Janice Gary and you will be
all
amazed.
Right. I just want to share, and I appreciate the people who are typing in. I hope I can catch it because I did see some things. Okay, here we go.
Right.
All right. Someone saying the stigma is not as bad as before. At least we are having the conversations now and more resources are available. From BM. Black Nerd Talks, can you type your, and I think I missed yours. I think it already went by, unfortunately. Try typing it again and see if it comes up. But again, this is a new feature for all things Dr. Vibe. You're going to see as we roll things out, and it may not show again because you've already, maybe not. We'll see. But you can see people's live engagement.
All right.
And this is something I'll be, when I'm doing sharing sessions in different places, I'm going to see if I can set this up in real time and get audience engaged. There we go. We got something else here. There you go. It's not as bad before about it. So thank you, Black Nerds Talk, for typing in it again. So there you go. You see that engagement. Yeah, there is a shift, but there is social stigmas about it. Talk about that. What do you think? I want you to go further about social stigmas. And Paul, what are your thoughts about the social stigmas aspect?
Oh man, it's a reality, but I always want to say that, things are getting better. You know what I mean? And I think for me, I think really it's a generational thing. As I said before, I think the next generation, they're better and they need to be better, right? Because we grew up in an environment where, speaking about mental health or the acknowledgement of mental health, was really frowned upon. There wasn't a lot of spaces to have these conversations.
No, there wasn't.
I'm speaking to my own reality, from Caribbean backgrounds, and often we lack the verbiage, right? So we didn't have, even though we saw the phenomena, for us, it was different. We might, call somebody mad or something like that, or make fun of it or whatnot. But I think our children are now in a space, in a place where they are doing better. As somebody who works with young people, I see the way that they're holding these discussions and holding space, and even
we got just a minute, another one up.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Sorry, the doctor. So it's reflecting on what I'm saying. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No, fine. Go ahead.
No. Yes. Just go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, but so I think and in particular with Black men, like I said, we're beginning to create more spaces to have these conversations, which is good. But I think we could do a better job, right? Because, even, the thought of even therapy, right? And normalizing therapy is really a place that we still need to go. So I think the stigma is there, you know,
Yep.
we acknowledge it, but I think, you know, it is not served us as much, if I can say that, you know, like we see the struggle in our brothers and our sisters out there who don't have space to speak about these issues, right? So yeah.
Here's another response in the cloud from Black Nerd Talk. Stigmas. We still don't want to get help and see therapy. We still call people crazy or mad. Along with the culture needs to keep up appearances.
Yep.
So good. Black Nerd Talks. Don't write too much because the cloud. It's write what you can. The cloud only takes so much, but I can also back it up with what I read. So I will read. Let's put up his full comment. Stigmas. We don't want. There we go. We don't want to get help and seek therapy. We call people crazy or mad, along with the cultural needs to keep up appearances. Kids are good. Marriage is good. Bills are paid. Yeah, it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's more than that. Like, it's so much more than that. So thank you. Good sharing. So we are moving forward. I think one of the biggest challenges is having enough resources, because there's still a big lack of, especially when you're talking black male therapists. There is a huge gap needed in regards to that. And no offense, I think nothing against Black women or women who want to help Black men when it comes to therapy. It's a two-part challenge. First of all, getting Black men to admit that they need therapy, and then are they more comfortable with a man rather than a woman as a therapist?
You know what? I would actually put that question out as another question, right? So to, you know, the Black men that are listening to the conversation now, are you more comfortable? If you were to become open to therapy, would you be more comfortable with going to see a Black man or a Black woman, or it doesn't matter, right? So I'd love to hear from any of the fellows that are out there that are listening to the show right now. Yeah, there's also something else. I mean, while we're looking at the comments, there's also something else that I found kind of interesting. I went to the Healing and Humor conference, so it was great. It was focused on how we can use humor to talk about mental health, and acknowledgement of how humor can actually help as well. So it was great. There were some workshops. There was a show. Shout out to Bish Funny. Wonderful experience. However, I noticed something. On the Friday event, which was put on by Black men, the event, there were workshops about healing and humor, 3 workshops. And for the most part, and one of the workshops was for professionals that are working in the social services field, and they want to use how they can use humor as a tool to kind of navigate some of those relations. And then there was one with people who were just regular folks, and both workshops were, I believe, let's say 99% Black women. Interesting enough, right? And which made me think, because there's only one man. There's one man, right? But you know, do we feel comfortable speaking about mental health in a mixed crowd of people versus just speaking about it amongst ourselves?
All right. So just to catch up, I'm following Paul's direction. We got another interactive engagement here. So we're going to put it up right here. And we have here, if you're a Black man, are you open to get therapy? All you need to do, if you're watching on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel live, you either type yes, hit the enter button, no, hit the enter button, or not sure, enter button. We appreciate any engagement. Also, we have on the comment side, Black Nerd Talk says, to add the unwillingness to get help comes from a growing up as a Black man No one offers you help. So you think you need to do it on your own.
There you
Valid point.
There you go.
Also, my therapist is a Black man. He's also a nerd like me. It helps a lot without with feeling heard. Okay. All right. So we have, and so we got responses here. So as you saw, as people are answering the poll,
Right.
you're seeing how it's changing in real time. Not sure. All right. This is the thing we're ramping up. I'm ramping up, wanting to increase the engagement during a live stream. So thank you, those who have answered on that right now. If we may get one or two more people may want to watch or want to enter in, but then let's ask then, what are some of the biggest challenges men face when seeking mental health support? And I thought I brought some of the lack of support is one thing. Paul, do you have any other potential barriers?
I think there are a lot of barriers. I think, like you said, the amount of resources, so if I do want to get a Black male therapist, it's challenging. One of the things, the reality I always want to talk about is it's expensive.
Yeah.
Right? Like, honestly, I was really disappointed, because I have some young people that I've been working with, and and I don't, even this one person that I wasn't directly connected to, but another youth connected me, connected someone in a circle. And to find out that, for the most part, if you don't have the funds, therapy is not accessible. And even when it is, it's not sustainable. Right? So I think that we have to do a better job, whether it's the powers that be, or I always believe in first in community. Maybe we need to start doing some fundraising specifically to help access these services, because they're valuable. But again, I think it goes like those who need it can't afford it, and those who can afford it don't need it. So I don't know. I just feel like that's a huge challenge, is the financial piece.
Okay, and interesting. So I have another interactive. If you're watching this through the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, short answer to this question: what are the biggest challenges Black men face when seeking mental health support? Just a few words, and we'll see the results. So Black Nerd Talks, you're really engaged, so I'd love to see your answer to that. So we've got Minion. Okay, so he also says most men can't even articulate their needs, whether in couples therapy or their own. Minion Cam, welcome. Even I was just on a live, my channel breaking down exit plan to leave. Okay, that is not okay. BM says, back in the day when I needed assistance, they limited access by age and place of birth. I was too old and Canadian born, so no community resource would help me. Minion Cam says, I'm an expert in accessing therapy in Toronto. BM says, the cost.
Straight up. It's huge. It's huge. And for folks that are listening on my Facebook channel, please answer the question as well. What are the biggest challenges Black men face when seeking mental health support? Interestingly enough, I any of those comments I'm going to put in the Dr. Vibe YouTube. So I have them both going, but please put the comments in there.
If you can copy and paste and put them in the YouTube, that would be
Good evening, Dr. Tachi.
Yes, well, Dr. Tachi we have to introduce Dr. Tachi. She's the power behind Indie Soup Media, which is an independent content creators channel, has about 30 independent content creators. I've known Dr. Tachi digitally for about 8 years, and her YouTube channel, Indie Soup Media, has over 25,000 subscribers in 9 months. Now people say, okay, that's a lot. Let me magnify it more. Only 4% of all the YouTube channels out there have over 10,000 subscribers.
Wow, crazy.
So think of that. And also, Minion Camp says, when I need a Black therapist, it was from Black Mental Health Canada. There you go. The cost aspect, I would say, if you are fortunate enough to have a full-time gig and they provide something called EAP, Employee Assistance Program, you can get a therapist. It's offered as part of your benefits package, but the majority of us may not have that sort of setup, or not, may even be full-time or even part-time employed.
And I not
Okay, we have lost Paul for a second. Oh, there he goes.
Frozen?
You're back now.
Yeah, I was frozen for a second. Yeah, sorry. EAP. One of the challenges that folks say is that it's not always culturally appropriate.
Again, culturally appropriate too.
Yeah, when you do EAP, you just get any therapist, and then the issue becomes, even if you request, quote unquote, someone who's culturally aligned with you, same problem. There's not enough folks in the pipeline that you want to talk your things, you may speak your language or feel comfortable or disclosing, or more importantly, not have to over explain. I don't want to explain to somebody why I felt somebody was following me around in the store. I don't want to explain why I felt threatened by whoever, because you when you know what you know. So sometimes that becomes a challenge. But use what you got. If you have access to EAP, use it. But again, I do know some folks who articulated, even close to me, that's the challenge in that experience that they've had.
All right. Minion Camp says, and 90% of my therapy was government funded, or I accessed from my family insurance plan before I turned 26. And they said, and they eliminated the taxes on the costs of therapy in Canada. So that's encouraging word. All right.
Nice.
All right. That is good. All right. We're going to transition. Okay. Here's another comment here from Mr. Wayne Harris. Hey, Paul, I've used EAP and asked for a blackmail therapist from the West Indies and got one.
There you go. That's good.
That is really good to know.
Right.
That is really good to know. Now, I need to chat with you offline about that, Wayne, because that is a very important point to share to many people who are working the full-time gig, who have that benefits and have EAP, getting a blackmail therapist from the West Indies, because many people think, well, they don't have there's not a lot of them here in the Greater Toronto area. So being able to get that from a distance is great. Minion Camp says, accessing therapy is what I do to manage my bipolar disorder, and it's part of my mental plan to staying stable. All right. We're going to transfer to another conversation top. Thank you for all the engagement, family. But next up, we're going to talk about the upcoming Black Marriage Day and why is it important to celebrate Black unions. Paul, we're going to let you lead on this one too.
Oh, there you go. All right, family. So those in Toronto, well, I wouldn't say Toronto, because this actually came from America, where essentially, they've created a day to celebrate Black marriage. And, it really was, first of all, to kind of honor folks that have taken that step, whatever that looks like for you. There's no limitations. If you think you're married, you're married. Sometimes you're married and you don't know you're married, to be honest, right? That being said, but it's a day to honor, Black people who are married, celebrate their union. And so locally, myself and my partner, we've been putting on a celebration probably for the last 5 years to celebrate those on this side of the border. So and specifically in the GTA. So we have an event coming up on the 30th of the month, so end of the month, the last Sunday. We're going to be doing an event, and Dr. Vibe, I'm going to be hitting you up on your other platforms, your other shows, because definitely we want to run some sponsorship and some ads. We really love the fact that we were able to do that last year and get different people in. So we're going to be doing that event. And then the question, why is it important to celebrate Black unions? For me, it comes down to it adds to community. So in other words, when we have unified families, we have unified communities, unified nations, unified world, right? So it's just one step that adds to the bigger step. And I think, building families strong families in our community is very important.
Huge.
And even
Huge.
more than that, I think, is celebrating, because we don't celebrate each other enough, right? We really
Absolutely.
don't celebrate each other enough. So that is one of the catalysts for, having the events.
All right. Again, more engagement time. So I'm putting it up on the screen. If you're watching this on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel live, one answer question. And the question is, what is the first word that comes up to you when you hear about Black marriage? Only one word. Don't give me a whole long thing.
No soliloquies.
What's the first word that comes up to you? Type it in the chat on the YouTube channel of Dr. Vibe and press enter. I'll be very interested to hear the responses we get from this. So just to update a little bit, comments wise.
Divorce. I love that. Yay! I love that. Listen, this goes back to the healing and humor work thing we're doing, right? So we could be serious. We could be. Oh, nice. This is nice.
Right. Independence.
Rare. There you go.
Well, Wayne, I wish you were on the YouTube channel because it would come up, but this is like a word cloud, another new feature that Dr. Vibe is offering on his platform. So Minion Cam says divorce. Black Nerd Talks says foundational. Rashon Boy says Umoja. BM says interdependence. Wayne Harris says rare.
We need to unpack this more. Multiple marriages, biological parents.
So here's another thing I just found out about this feature. Mignon Cam's full response was, I'm a child of multiple marriages of my biological parents, and both of them have been divorced more than once. So she wrote that whole thing out, and it took multiple marriages and included it in the word cloud. There you go. Very good to know. So I'm liking it. What do you like? You like this feature, Paul?
I do because it's we're able to see the comments right there. I've used word cloud before, so I think it's an excellent way to capture, and creative way to capture feedback from folks. But I love it. So I'm interested in knowing what people think about some of these pieces. Foundation, Umoja, which is unity. Interdependence, interesting. Biological parents, so it's interesting. What do people think about some of the responses to the question, right?
That's a good question. So what do you think, Paul? Great question from Paul. What do you think about some of the, look at this one. Oh boy, Black open misogyny. Whoa, we got misogyny.
Who said that? Minnie, you gotta break that down for us. What do you mean by that?
So now, right in the version I'm using, it only allows up to 10 responses. So I think we're at 3. We're actually more than 10. So no problem.
Listen, Wayne is jumping on the YouTube.
That's making him on YouTube now. All right. So that I love and this is the reason why I'm wanting to monogamy, not misogyny. I don't YouTube. I think misogyny. Like I said, this is what I'm really excited about. Look, there it is, misogyny. So look at this. All these responses, all these words are coming up. So if any word is mentioned more than once, it's in bigger font. Ooh. So monogamy has been the one that's mentioned more than once. He read it. Okay, Mignon Cam says he read it wrong. It's open monogamy. All right. So all of you,
asking, what is open monogamy? I want to hear that.
Put in the comment section. Absolutely. This is post it. Oh, you want? Okay, so Wayne wants us to post it again. All right. So I'm gonna reset it and post it again. But you see, I love it.
Make sure you save that. I want to make sure you save those comments though.
It should
save. We'll figure it out.
Well, no, it gives a we'll see. But okay, I will just give me a second here. Let me reset it. Okay, I've reset it again. What is the first word that comes to you when you hear about Black marriage? Type a few words, maybe 1 or 2 words in the YouTube chat, press enter, and we'll start again. This is good. So Wayne, it's been posted again. Anyone else want to add more words when they first hear about it? And I will put it up on the screen once I see Words starting to be typed out. I'll put it up on screen, but that's fantastic. That is, I'm loving you. And I know this will be a great, great feature. Oh, more words coming. Here we go. Here we go. Protection. Okay, interdependence, strength. Oh, this is fire. I am loving this. Beautiful. Black, non-monogamy. Foundational. Oh, Wayne Harris says open monogamy is the same as celebrate promiscuity. Oh, okay.
Listen, you guys like a spicy show, eh? Y'all love a spicy.
Oh, now see, and Wayne Harris and Mignon Cam. Mignon Cam says Wayne Harris. No, it is not. You two can continue that in your chat. Okay, we've done. I'm going to take this down, but obviously you see that this thing works. It gets the engagement going. Wonderful. Love it. Love it. This is good. This is good. Actually, I'm just gonna put up another poll. I'm just gonna put up another. I'm gonna do it right quick in real time, and this is wonderful because audience, you are driving the conversation. Yeah, you're making me really use this new feature to the fullest, and I'm gonna put up another thing right now. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this right now. Here we go. Oh, I'm having so much fun with this. I am having so
it's a new toy.
New toy. This is a new toy. All right, family. Few words answer to this one, and I'm glad. Okay, can do this on the fly. Okay, I'm gonna reset. I need to reset this thing. Reset. Okay. Done a reset. Just we're going to reset it again. Next engagement. Here we go. Okay, I see your flyer, Paul. No problem. Got that up in a minute, but I think right now we're on a good roll.
Yep, let's go ahead.
All right. Next question. What are some of the biggest challenges facing Black marriages today? Give a few word answer and should show up in a few moments.
We go like
there we go.
Mental health, finances. Finances a challenge.
Okay. He says, LOL, Minnie is correct on my stance. It was a joke. Okay. Now, see, that's now filtered into this thing. But what are some of the biggest?
She says finances. I see that. See, there you go.
All right. Finances. All right. What else are people saying? You can type, you get a few word answer. Black Nerd Talks, anti-Black misandry. Interesting. All right.
Communication.
And people's baggage. Okay.
Right.
This is okay.
You might have to take us out of the screen. It's a little bit small. I don't know if we can see the words.
Yeah, and this is one of the things I've been told by other people. Say it's a little small.
Yeah.
But I'm watching on a full screen right now. I can see it okay, but I've got a 21-inch monitor.
Yeah.
So I can see okay.
I'm on the regular screen. I'm on the.
So what it does is now anything on YouTube, if people press enter, it's picking up. So Food Plane says the hello, Dr. Tachi. Black Nerd Talk says generational trauma. Black Nerd Talks always says unrealistic expectations.
Appreciating subcultures, Rashawn.
Okay, this is good. This is good. Do I need to reset this one? Because it sounds like you family have more you want to share about this.
It's coming in still coming in.
Oh yeah, it's still Well, that's Food playing hey there. So this is the only setback about this. So when people are communicating, saying hi to each other, it shows up in this. But we can.
It's all good.
Okay, but look at this. They stay together in toxic relationships too long. Role model. Why? When mentors, look at this. This is good. Mentors, coaches. Okay. Oh, I love how it does it. So it just deletes and just, this is really good. This is really, really good. This is a really good. Nice. Fantastic. Okay, BM. I saw what you just put. I'm hoping that this will cut. BM says gender role issues.
There you go.
All right.
Lots of comments here.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to some folks as well. Elvis, Kofi Yaboa, Drew Smalling, all listening in on the Facebook Live. Hey, feel no way, guys. Make your comments in here. We're asking what are some of the biggest challenges facing Black marriages today? Whether you're married or not, I'm sure you have an opinion on it.
I love that. This we could run a while list, because what it does is it deletes some and put the new ones up. Proper counseling from churches.
Coaches, I like it. Mentors. You know what? I'll add something to this whole thing too, right? And you know me, I'm big on this. I'm gonna say, rites of passage, right? And I think there was a time when, particularly we were socialized, educated. When I say socialized, educated on one, preparation for marriage. So working on ourselves. What does that mean? What could be our roles? Because things have changed, but what could be our roles? How we interact with people, right? How we build families, right? There was even education on sexual relations, all those kind of pieces. So we've lost those kind of rites of passage, which prepare us for that next stage in life if we want to be married. So I think that, with the missing pieces like that, the whole reclaiming those pieces, seeing what they mean, make sure that, of course, they make sense today, but more importantly, the knowledge.
Yes, look at this. The stuff is still coming in. I mean, I'm going to put it back
don't
up.
Stop, man. Don't stop.
Stuff is still coming in. Wayne Harris says disparate values. Family, I'm gonna be running another one in just a few moments, because you, family, are loving this. You are all over this. So Wayne says disparate values. Excellent. Good stuff. All right. I'm going to shut this one down. I'm going to put up another question up for the family. So just give me a quick second. We're going to end the same sort of format. You can just type in a few words on this question. I love this. It's less work for Paul and myself.
There you go.
You guys, and then so I want the audience to drive the ship. So this is why I'm testing out this new feature. And let's do here. And I can do this on the fly, which is absolutely wonderful, especially for the people who are watching. And you can only answer this on the Dr. Vibe YouTube page. All right, we're gonna have another one. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have another one coming up. Do a reset results, reset here. All right, next one. This is another good one for you, family. We got this one. How has the perception of Black marriage evolved over the years? So how has the perception of Black marriage evolved over the years? And Black Nerd Talks, I shut down that poll, but we're going to put up your response. The family marriage court system. You've put down, okay. Want to see how has the perception of Black marriage evolved over the years? Few quick words, same sort of format that we used with our last question. I know, Paul, you probably have to go because I know usually you like to be gone at the top of the hour. So this will be our last. Okay, first, we got something up here. Well, they're coming in. There we go. It's more interracial and biracial.
Interesting.
Interesting comment. Love that. Love that. Got no media. Dr. Chachi says media reduces it to just a wedding. Okay. I like this. Okay. Little bit of a long one here. We got, okay. As a millennial, Black Nerd Talks, as a millennial recently married, we are not prepared adequately for marriage and what it comes with. Whoa, that's being open. That's really being open. And then BM says people act like they are no longer exist due to social media. That's a whole conversation itself on what the impact that social media has
on marriage. There you go. Listen, we're going to save something for next week because we're going to have a lot of, conversations.
Look at this.
Temporary.
Wayne Harris, permanent to temporary. I don't know why, BM, your comment did not show up. Mignon Cam says they now have reality TV shows where people meet at the start of the show and are married at the end of the season doing a reunion. Shows like Love is Blind and Love Island. I don't watch those shows, but I know about them.
Oh yeah, they're big shows. They're big shows. You know,
they're huge.
There was a book before that was called Marriages for White People. This author from the States. Oh man, I saw he came to Toronto years ago. I believe Robert Small.
Yes.
And it's interesting, the comment that Wayne made, permanent to temporary, because what he was talking about, the author, was, you know, in the days of his grandparents when they got married, right? They got married more for the permanence.
I interviewed that guy, I think.
There you go. Great.
What's the guy? Is it Dr. Ralph or Dr. I'm just taking a look right now.
Guys. Marriages for White People.
Hold on. Let me just. Is Marriage for White? Ralph Richard Banks is Marriage for White People. Yes, the book was written. I'm going to take a look and see. I may have interviewed him, but I know I spoke with him for sure. That I know for sure. Yes, he wrote it back in 2018.
There you go. Bring it up. But yeah, so it was interesting. And then he's talked about his generation, you know, they got married for love versus like obligation, right? And how even now things are beginning to shift and change and whatnot. So it's interesting, right? The reasons why.
Some more comments here. Black Nerd Talk. Sorry, got it wrong. Black Nerd Talk says, I'm much more understanding on why black men don't marry black women as well. Ooh, okay. Wayne Harris, the woman wins and the man loses.
Go.
No need to show that comment there. Thank you. All right, we got that. Wow. So, family, you are all in on this feature. The woman wins and the man loses. Yeah, that's a big perception that's happened over the last few years. Actually, I jumped on an Instagram live. Was it Friday evening? Maiden Beauty had and says, you know, what's up? You know, she's in her 40s, has 2 kids, successful businesswoman, and talking about many of her women in her network are in those 40 and not married and just crying about the dating scene out there, which is a whole other conversation.
Yep.
Whole other conversation. But that is cool. All right. Wow. We're at the top of the hour, man. Do you believe that?
There you go. Time flies. Time flies. We're having a good conversation. Thank you, everybody, for the engagement.
Actually,
go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. And I'm going to do one more thing, engagement-wise, before we shut it down for the evening. But again, I really appreciate everybody's support on the engagement, and I'm glad that it sounds like you enjoyed it. Let me ask. So, did you enjoy tonight's conversation? All right, got another one coming up. All right, save this. Connect there. All right, fam, we got one more engagement piece for y'all, as they would say down in Texas. Let me reset. All right, last engagement piece, and then I'm also going to put up some information that Paul would like to. Kansas, and the child free by choice or circumstances population is increasing. That is true. That is true. That is so true. All right, let's get to our last one of the evening, engagement-wise. We'd like your feedback in real time, family. So we're asking, did you enjoy tonight's conversation? So if you're watching on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, either put yes, enter, no, enter, not sure, enter. All right. So I'm going to take that down for a minute because there's something Paul wants to chat about. So Paul, go for it.
So there again, as I mentioned, folks in the GTA, or you know what? Hey, if you feel like traveling to Toronto for something good, right? Because we travel all over the place. You're invited to Black Marriage Day dinner, Sunday, March 30th, 2025. It's at Laz Authentic Cuisine, 48 Main Street North in Markham. If you have not been to Laz, you need to go. If you want a
Yeah,
high,
lots is the real
listen, you
deal.
want a high level Caribbean cuisine, like
Yes.
really classy, really good food, please come out. Shout out to the folks at Laz Authentic Cuisine. The theme is Black Marriage Changes Everything. Celebrate your commitments and love. Meet and connect with other couples. Enjoy dinner, gifts, entertainment, and activities. The price is $135 per couple until March 19th. Wow. Y'all better get your tickets now. And
Yeah.
after that,
2 days.
it'll be $150. And to get tickets, bit.ly/Black Married 25. So go ahead. I know BM was there last year with his lovely wife and child, and I know he enjoyed himself, and we enjoyed having you there. So yeah, come on out, folks. We definitely want to, increase the conversation and the folks. So yeah, please come through if you like. You'll see this on the replay as well. But again, Black Marriage Day, Sunday, March 30th, 2025. Laz Authentic Cuisine. For tickets again, bit.ly/Black Married 25.
All right. So as we remove that, and we'll just give the results of our impromptu poll on tonight's conversation for those who voted on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel. Did you enjoy tonight's conversation? 80% said yes, 0 said no, and 20% not sure. All right, that's more than happy. And again,
What's the
want to
menu?
Huh?
Oh man,
What's the menu? There you go.
Listen.
And you got to, and also too, your boy Wayne Harris, he don't play with his food anymore.
Listen, man, I need to let folks know about the menu. You're right, brother. But there is no, we're not doing the nuts, and we're not doing the seafood. But definitely we're gonna have a good vegetarian option and a good meatitarian option. So I need to probably pull up the menu, but I'll send it out to you, Wayne, and to other folks. But it's going to be nice. It's going to be delicious. We've already spoke to them.
Wayne, if you haven't been to Laz Cuisine, you need to check it out. And actually, Wayne, it's actually just down the street from Allison Ruck's office of Syncopate Financial Leadership. It's right on Main Street in Markham. Can't miss it. Great location. Definitely lots of parking around the place. So we're gonna work it out. All right.
I'll give a tidbit
okay.
of on the menu. Just a little bit of it. So we have jerk salmon, guava glazed roasted chicken, stuffed bell pepper with seasoned lentils. The list goes on. There's dessert and whatnot, but that's just that's just part of it. But yeah, definitely. If you have any food allergies, let us know ahead of time, and we'll make things work out. Right. So all
right. So as we close up, please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms I'm on. Email me dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. Join the Black Men Can Talk Discord group at dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. Kofi Sadat, if you want to get in touch with him, there's all the information on all the platforms except his that he's broadcasting on, and my LinkedIn. That contact information is in your comment section, but hey, it's right now on your screen. Also, NASA community. You can get a hold of him at that. Kofi Morris, who could not join us tonight because he's up north. I hope he's warm. GetWellStayFit@gmail.com. Instagram, Kofi's Coach _ and also Cosmic Wellness Group. Myself. Website, thedrvibeshow.com. YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, The Dr. Vibe Show. Instagram, at thedrvibeshow.com. X/Twitter, drvibeshow, and email dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. You can watch replays of Black Men Can Talk at the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, the Dr. Vibe Show website, and Paul Osborne on Facebook, and NASA Community on YouTube. We covered everything. Everything. All right, look at this. And here it says, "You're a good man. It's 100 kilometers from Mississauga, but I may have to pass through. Dress code?" And Paul froze just at that question, Wayne. Oh, there we go.
I don't know what's going on tonight, but yeah. So I said dress to impress your partner when you ask about the dress code.
All right, there you go.
Your partner will let you know how you look.
So if you're pulling out Harris for 100, you gotta come correct.
There you go.
Gotta come correct. All right. Thank you everyone for watching live on the replay. Thank you for all the people who watch via the Dr. Vibe Show for the engagement. It works, and we're gonna use it more often because now you can even more so drive conversations. We just steer the ship. We want you to drive the ship because it's for all of us in all of this. So as always, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. No, I don't. No. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making history, if you're not making money, make history, but try to do both. And then finally, make it better. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith. Walk good. And thanks to the producers for making all this happen. Take care, everybody. Keep the faith.
All right. Stay up. Sometimes with our parents, they're like, "I have nothing to teach you. I don't know nothing." And
my dad's at that point now. It says,
That's my point.
But I'm saying, no, Dad, you got lots more to give. You know how cold it is when these two brothers in their yard.
You know that. You know that. You don't know that, bro. You know
No
that.
joke.
I know we all have these things, but you know what? My go-to is this thing.
Wow.
Black book.
Black book.
Men Talk, Black Book.